In this video, we will discuss 16 mistakes that successful people never make twice. And I hope you put these to use. If everyone learned from the mistakes of others, the world would be a way better place. So intentionally repeating a mistake is a worse idea than trying to pet that cranky badger you saw on a hike. This list comes from an article on Entrepreneur Magazine written by Deep Patel. Stay tuned for a bonus tip at the end, and please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. To the list. Number 1. Ignoring your gut instinct. Yeah, that leftover pizza looks a little fuzzy, but it's probably fine, right? So you eat it, and spend the next day projectile vomiting like Godzilla does with fire. In this example, the gut instinct will give you an inner voice that's warning you about the fact that maybe a potential business partner seems a little shady, or there's something off about the charming guy you just met. Trust your instincts. And tell me in the comments below what parts of this list you agree or disagree with the most. Number 2, not asking enough questions. If tons of money is at stake in a business deal, real estate purchase, or inheritance, be thorough. Those questions you're shying away from asking are well worth it. And a decade later, you'll wonder why you hesitated. Same with the questions you may have for the guy who owns 5 phones and answers each of them with a different name. Number 3, playing it safe. If you want a fortune, playing it safe may not work, but I disagree with this premise overall. You can live a very nice life as an employee that invests safely, so hoping to make millions by opening a tattoo parlor that serves sketchy 3-day-old sushi may not be worth the risk. Number 4, believing in perfection. A cold beer after a long hike is close to perfection. But outside of that, life rarely comes close. In the business world, it's better to launch an imperfect product and test ads and plan to improve the product over time than to try to be perfect first. This is a widely used belief in the business world, and one worth abiding by. Number 5, blaming others. Own it and move on. Even if you didn't do it, public finger pointing is always a bad look. Someone in the chain of command will know better. If you find the professional way to be heard, you'll gain respect. But if you throw a Donald Duck fit, that's the fast track to losing respect, maybe friends, and definitely promotions. Before we move on, please remember to stay tuned for the bonus tip at the end of the video. Now, number 6, letting emotions drive decision-making. This is huge. Impulsive spending or decision-making carries a lot more risk than something deliberately planned and researched. That is the reason copywriters and companies love to put deadlines in place before prices rise, to tap into people's impulsiveness. Likewise, making big decisions when angry or sad rarely leads to a result you'll look back on with pride a decade later. Know yourself and put off decisions for another time. So buying a Harley just because a hottie on Tinder said they liked them, that's a really bad idea. Number 7, hitting burnout. Ambition is great, and it's a key ingredient to being successful. But if you treat time off like it's a hair in your food, you'll probably burn out and look back at those once golden plans with no desire to make them happen. Number 8, taking shortcuts. This refers to creating poorly made products with no intention of perfecting them down the road, or breaking rules, ignoring regulations, something like that, to get a product out faster. Remember, luxury labels endure for many reasons, one of which is the quality of the product. You rarely see a Bentley being sold at a garage sale, nor do you find a legit Rolex at a flea market. Quality endures, and so should your product and life. Number 9, trying to please everyone. This is tough because it sounds like being ruthless is admirable, and it's not. The larger point is that tough decisions will have to be made, and trying to please everyone is a fool's errand. So do what is needed and above board, and know going in you won't get through every situation in life unscathed. But if you take the high road, you'll have no regrets. Number 10, refusing to change your mind. Closed-minded people live in small worlds in which they think there is little left to discover. Stubbornness won't prevent success, but it might lower the ceiling on what is possible, and is a sign of an ego on steroids. Admitting your plans weren't the best will cut losses and gain respect, so don't make decisions with a caveman mentality. Number 11, opting for instant gratification. Man, that cheesecake looks phenomenal. Oh, and it will be for 10 minutes. But then the cheesecake turns into really tight-fitting pants. Whereas hitting the gym or going for a walk has far more long-term benefits. Most great investors play the long game, so they're wintering in the Keys rather than scraping windows when they're 55. Spoil yourself on occasion, but keep your eye on the long-term prize and you'll be glad you did. Number 12, do something you're passionate about. Think about this. Why would anyone spend the only life they get doing something they don't enjoy if they have options? Would a person spend 5 days of every week eating food they disliked? Or listening to music they hated? Or watching the worst movies they could find? Man, I hope not. Life will never be just rainbows and puppy dogs in all aspects, but prioritize enjoying the most important chunks of life, and you'll never regret it. Number 13, lying. Listen, don't be a drooling ape. Enough said. Wearing a good reputation means more than wearing a Rolex, because plenty of bad people can wear expensive watches. Number 14, not setting boundaries. This involves discipline and self-respect. If you don't create boundaries in all aspects of life, both personal and professional, you'll never be as happy as you deserve to be. Number 15, trying to be someone you aren't. In other words, putting on false fronts may be necessary in tough times, but being disingenuous about who you are won't fool many people, and it reeks of not liking who you really are. Number 16, having a victim mentality. You very well may be a victim, and processing the hurt is real and tough. But your future is the most valuable real estate you can own. So know that the more time you spend ruminating on the past, the less future you have to look forward to. And here's that bonus tip. Never overpromise and underdeliver. Do the opposite. Underpromise and overdeliver. And you'll be a success no matter what field you're in. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And click on the video you see previewed right now. I hand chose it for you. Thanks for watching.